Yeah.
It's only my third day out here. I don't know.
Yo.
With the month of August arriving, the first day of school draws near. As we approach this next year, what can we do to ensure a positive and successful start? I wanted to make this video offering some general advice on starting off the school year right. No matter what grade you are going into next, I believe the ideas covered in this video will be beneficial to you. Additionally, we need to acknowledge the significance of this upcoming time. The pandemic has completely altered the last 2 school years, but today we are finally nearing normal existence again. You are definitely going to want a fresh and positive start to this new era of life, and having a great kickoff in school will contribute to that. To briefly preview my points, I will first cover the impending nerves and doubts of interacting with others, along with some motivating words. Then, I will compare optimistic and pessimistic approaches to the new year. I'm sure you can guess which will be the correct option. Finally, I will discuss the importance of being in the present moment and what you can do to make sure you appreciate every day. I hope you find this worth your time, and let's get started. Before we can dive into any advice, we need to get this straight. No matter what I say, or however much you prepare, one thing will be certain. Interacting with people will be a challenge at first. We've all experienced extended feelings of isolation, loneliness, and a lack of true face-to-face encounters. Add on Zoom class and face masks to generate even more detachment of human contact, and we are left with a population who is now nervous to talk to people, yet desperate for social experiences. I want to clarify that I completely understand why these precautions were taken for the safety of our entire world. However, the stage where we can begin to openly interact with others draws closer, and so we must do our best to prepare. My opening piece of advice is for you to really keep in mind the dilemma I just discussed. Every single person on some level is anxious about meeting people again. At the same time though, we all have a desire to do so. Use that knowledge to give yourself courage. Be that person who makes the first move, and don't think that someone else will do it first. Again, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but trust me, people will admire you and be open to communicate if you are the instigator. You can also think about it like this too. In a way, everyone will be the new kid at school. Yes, you'll still have the close friend groups who stuck together through quarantine, but there will be a huge drop-off as far as connections go after that. With that said, I now want to cover the stage of actual conversation, which will likely create an equal amount of nerves. To lessen some of that, I have a go-to topic for you that will work for anyone you meet: lessons in quarantine. Every single person in this world had their lives changed because of the pandemic, and along that road came many formative moments. Using this subject is an easy gateway to share experiences and naturally get to know a little more about the person. Moving on, I want to address another problem that might come up once school arrives: seeing estranged friends. These are the people who you were friendly with in school. Maybe you even hung out a couple of times. Unfortunately, the pandemic caused you to drift apart, and now you're nervous that the cordial relationship is too far gone to recover. Guess what? The other person is thinking the exact same thing. A casual hello or how have you been can break the ice and possibly rekindle a healthy connection. If it doesn't, at least you tried. Finally, we need to talk about the importance of separating your actions and thoughts. We all think negatively about approaching people and developing bonds. Thoughts like, what will happen if I get rejected? Or will they actually be interested in hanging out? Pop up all the time before taking a risk. Do not be controlled by these thoughts. Let your actions and desires lead you forward. On the chance you do get rejected, don't worry. It's not an attack on your identity. There are plenty of other people out there to talk to. I want to dedicate this section to stressing the value of having an optimistic and positive mindset towards the next school year. Positivity is something that, unfortunately, is a lot harder to generate than negativity. At least for me, it proves more of a challenge focusing on the good compared to how easy it is for the negative thoughts to surface. It requires a great deal of dedication and focus to hold onto optimism. Every single day, you need to be telling yourself, today is going to be a good day. Whenever you are taking a chance, remind yourself, no matter what happens after this risk, I will come out a better person. If you have an important assignment or test approaching, repeatedly say, I am going to do great on this test, and fear will not control me. These are the inner thoughts you must have in order to remain positive about even the most challenging components of school life. On the opposite end, thoughts like, this is going to be a bad year, or I'm going to fail this test, only harm your mental well-being. Look, we all know that thinking optimistically doesn't guarantee good fortune. However, I know one thing is for certain, being pessimistic will bring you down. So how can we best prepare ourselves to focus on the good? I believe there are several habits you can install into your routine that will aid your optimism. Specifically, getting a consistent amount of sleep, having a healthy diet, and practicing good hygiene are a few simple habits that will improve your mental and physical well-being. Beyond that, there are numerous actions you can exercise during the school day that will keep your spirits up. Give out a compliment once in a while. Say you like someone's outfit or express your admiration for an answer they gave in class. Say thank you to your teachers. A simple good morning at the beginning of class and a have a nice day at the end can go a long way. Even when you are just walking around, try to keep a positive expression on. This does not have to be a huge smile, just show that you are enjoying the day. In utilizing these methods, not only are you making yourself feel optimistic, but you are spreading that positive energy to others. Here's another certainty. Positivity attracts. If people realize how upbeat you are, they'll want to be around you more often. In summary, having an optimistic view of the upcoming school year and practicing positive behaviors will aid you greatly in having a pleasant experience throughout. This is the most important lesson the pandemic gave me, and I'm sure many others learned it as well. We all need to be more present. Before I can talk about how to accomplish this, I want to briefly cover how I used to go about my school days. Simply put, I was rarely in the present moment. While I still learned in class and did all of my assignments, my consciousness would frequently drift off, either reminiscing on the past, fixed on the future, or thinking about events that never happened. What usually remained out of my focus was what I experienced in real life. I was extremely ungrateful and detached from the present until it was gone. The pandemic showed me just how quickly my life could drastically change. And from that point on, I began to figure out how I can appreciate the present moment as much as possible. Now, I would like to share some tips for you to become more present when you are in school. The main idea to remember is this: take in and appreciate your surroundings. How often do you actually consider where you are in school? For example, you might know that you're in class, but what does the room look like? Are the colors bright or dull? What is the layout of the room? Is there a unique smell that you can identify? A little odd to think about, but trust me, this will help you be more present. Whatever environment you are in, acknowledge the components of the atmosphere, the colors, shapes, and objects that combine to create a space, which is where you are in the present. An additional and staple piece of your surroundings are the people, whether that be your fellow classmates or adults. Talk to them. Interacting with people assists you in staying present because it forces you to get out of your head. From asking questions in class to simply saying hi to someone, all these forms of communication remove you from your personal bubble and guide you into the present. This is a long process to victory though. I am definitely far away from being present all the time, but I am working on it every day, and I hope you will too.
There's a saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
I want to leave you with a few individual pieces of encouragement before we end. Firstly, it is completely okay to be nervous about the upcoming year. August just started, but I am already feeling the nerves for September. Do you know what I also see? An opportunity for positive change, a chance to really begin to develop as a person. You have this opportunity too, and I hope you will take full advantage of it. Make this the school year where you finally get off on the right foot, and I hope watching this video helped you move closer to that goal. If you have any advice about starting the school year right, I'd love to hear it in the comments. And as always, this has been Dark Horse, and I will see you in the next video.